one more problem in dynamic programming, that is traveling salesperson problem. So traveling salesperson problem is there will be a salesperson who wants to travel to n number of cities, and he has to come back to the origin city, starting city. The problem is which path he has to choose so that the cost is minimum. So cost maybe in terms of the distance, or maybe in terms of the money he has spent in traveling. So that the entire traveling cost becomes a minimum for the salesperson. So for that purpose, we use this traveling salesperson problem. Okay, so we'll consider a graph. G is equal to VE. Be a directed graph. We are considering a directed graph. Directed graph means it contains directions, and each edge is associated with a cost C of ij. So cost may be the distance or amount, anything that depends on the application. Let V, cardinality of V is equal to n. So this is cardinality of V is the number of vertices in the graph. Okay, that is equal to n. A tour, a term called as tour is introduced in this problem. A tour in a graph is a directed simple cycle that includes every vertex in V. So what is a tour? A tour includes a simple cycle. Cycle means it should start from one vertex, it should cover all the vertices in V, and it should end at the same vertex. We call that simple cycle as a tour. Okay. The cost of the tour is the the sum of the cost of the edges of the tour. Whatever edges that are there in that cycle, the sum of those edges, cost of those edges, it gives the cost of the entire tour. And what the a traveling salesperson problem is, it is to find a tour of minimum cost. You have to identify such a tour which is of minimum cost. What are the applications? Applications are, one is it may be used in salesperson, by the salesperson, so that he can come to know what is the minimum cost that can be incurred for the entire tour. And one more may be the postal van. See, the postal van, it will travel from one city to other city, and while traveling from one city to other city, and while coming back to the same city, it will cover many places. It will cover many places in its tour. So the postal people, they have to reduce their cost, reduce their fuel cost. So what is the minimum tour that they can follow? So that may be one of the application. One more application is robot arm to tighten the nuts on a machinery. Think that there is a large machine, and to assemble the machine, there is a automated robot which will tighten the nuts. Okay, and throughout the area of that machine there will be nuts, and the robot arm will start at one position. It has to cover all the nuts, and it has to come back to the origin position. So it has to calculate which path is the minimum cost path, so that the cost incurred as well as the time taken will be less to tighten all the nuts on the machinery. So there are likewise there are many problems that are based on this traveling salesperson problem. Let us look into some of the technical things. Every tour consists of edge 1 comma k. For this problem, we will consider that the vertices numbers are from 1 to n. The vertex start from 1, and there are n number of vertices. Okay, and the starting vertex, we will assume that it is 1. In our problem, we'll consider that the starting vertex is 1. Every tour consists of an edge 1 comma k starting from the starting vertex. Consider any vertex within the remaining vertices. For some k, v minus 1. V is the set of vertices minus 1. Minus 1 we are making because we have considered 1 as a starting vertex. Okay, that means k can get the values from the remaining vertices. And a path from vertex k to vertex 1. So what it tells, every tour consists of an edge 1 to k. Any one k may be 2, 3, 4, 5, anything. So there is an edge from 1 to 2, for example, and a path from vertex k, for example, 2 to vertex 1. So I'll explain it with the diagram. If you consider this as the uh, graph, directed graph, so what it tells is you start from vertex 1, and uh, from vertex 1 there is one edge to vertex k. You have to take consider any of these 2 3 4 as vertex k. If I consider 2 as vertex k, so then what is the minimum cost? It is the cost from 1 to 2 plus the path from 2 back to 1. Okay, that is one example. One more example, if I consider 3, the cost from 1 to 3 plus the cost of the path from 3 back to 1. While going 3 back to 1, it has to cover all the vertices, remaining vertices from 3 to 4, 4 to 2, 2 to 1, or else it may cover from 3 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 1, like this. So one more k is 4. So the cost of the edge from 1 to 4 plus the cost of the path from 4 back to 1. So while it goes from 4 to 1, it can take any of the path. Either it can take 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, or it can take 4 to 2, 2 to 3, or 3 to 1. So like this. So that means we can split the problem into two parts. Yes, now second point, the path from vertex k to vertex 1. The path from vertex k, whatever example I gave just now, from vertex k back to vertex 1 goes through each of the vertices, each vertex in v minus 1 comma k. That means exactly once. That means if this is 1, if 1 is considered as the visiting vertex, and if 2 is considered as the k, then you should remove this from v minus 1 comma k. So these two are removed, and the path should include all the vertices, all the remaining vertices, that is 3 and 4. So from 1 to 2, 2 is k, and from 2 back to 1, while going from 2 back to 1, the path should cover all the remaining vertices. It should cover 4 as well as 3. So that is the meaning of that point. Third one, it is easy to see that if the tour is optimal, that means if it gives the minimum cost, then the path from k to 1, then the path from k to 1 must be a shortest k to 1 path going through all the vertices. That means if I want to get a minimum path, so same example, so 1 is the starting vertex, 2 is considered as the k. Okay, now from 2, now we have to check the path back to 1. So how many paths are there from 2 back to 1? So from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1, this is one path. From 2 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 1, this is one path. Now what this tells us, if you want to get a minimum optimal path, then you should start at this point from k to 1, you should identify a minimum path out of these two paths, whatever I just told. Now out of these two paths, you identify which is the minimum, and you have to add that minimum to the cost of this edge from 1 to 2. So that is the basic behind this dynamic programming. So for this, we will consider some of the terms. Let g of I comma s be the length of the shortest path starting at vertex I. So I is the starting vertex and s is the set of remaining vertices. Okay, and g be the length of the shortest path. G is the length of the shortest path at starting at vertex I, going through all the vertices in S, and terminating at vertex back to 1, and it terminates at 1. The function g of 1 comma v minus 1, just observe this, what it tells us, it is the length of the shortest path which starts at 1. It is the same, this is a general form, and this is uh, actual value that is given. Length of the shortest path which starts at 1 and which covers all the vertices in v minus 1. V minus 1 means 1 should not be there in that vertex at remaining vertices, is the length of the optimal salesperson tour. The same thing, g of 1 comma, how to calculate this? G of 1 comma v minus 1 is equal to, it's a recurrence function once again, is equal to min of, now we have to calculate the minimum, isn't it? I told that using the diagram. So 1 to 2 plus minimum path from 2 back to 1. So minimum path from 2 to 1 is there are two paths from 2 to 1. Okay, out of those two, which is minimum, we have to calculate. So min of cost from 1 comma k, cost from vertex number 1 till k. For example, if k is 2, consider k is 2. So the cost of path from 1 to k plus 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 recursively g of starting from that k is 2 in our example. So once again you call the same function and let the starting vertex be 2, g of 2 comma v minus. Now which are the remaining vertices? You have to remove 1, you have to remove k. If you remove 1 and k, you are left with, for example, k is 2. If you remove 1 and 2, the remaining vertices are 3 and 4. What it means is the cost of path from 1 to 2 plus, once again, now you start with 2. Once again, call the recursive function, recursive relation starting from 2, and now the vertex set contains 3 and 4. So it is a recurrence function. So while doing the problem, we'll come to know about this clearly. So general form of this, g of I comma s. So g of I is starting vertex, s is the set, is equal to min of where j belongs to s. You have to take each vertex from this s. So once you have to take 2, once you have to take 3, once you have to take 4, like that. C of I comma j, cost from I to j. So I is the starting vertex, j is what you take from this, so the vertex what you take from this set, plus g of whatever j you have taken here, start from that vertex. G of j comma s minus j. You have to remove this j from the set and whatever remaining vertices are there, from that once again you have to find the minimum length. Now when the cardinality of s is equal to 0, so this s s may contain different values of different number of vertices. So initially it contains null, it doesn't contains anything. So when it doesn't contains anything, g of I comma null, so null set, S is a null set. When S is a null set, what it means? It is the path, shortest path from, it is the shortest path from I, it is the shortest path from I to I to a null set. There is nothing. There is nothing. And hence it means that you are considering that it should start from the vertex I and it should end at the vertex number 1, that is starting vertex I to 1 it is. So I comma 5 is nothing but I to 1. So that is the last step. So the path from 4 to 1, the path from 3 to 1, the path from 2 to 1. To calculate g of I comma s when s is equal to 1, cardinality of s is equal to 1 and s is equal to 2, s is equal to 3 and so on. Until what we have to calculate? Until yes, cardinality of s becomes equal to n minus 1. Okay. Until that you have to do. When cardinality of S becomes n minus 1, at that point you have to consider the starting vertex as 1. Until that you are not supposed to consider I is equal to 1. I should not be equal to 1. I is the starting vertex. If it is less than n minus 1, then I should not be equal to 1. And even 1 should not belong to this set. And even I, the starting vertex, should not belong to the set yes. Let us consider an example now. Based on the example, we will see how to solve this. So this is a example. It's a directed graph. It contains 4 vertices, and this is the weight matrix, or we can call it as the cost matrix, cost adjacency matrix. Okay. So it is a bidirectional edge. Observe this. So there is a path from 1 to 2 and there is a path from 2 to 1. So 1 to 2, the cost 1 to this is 1. Sorry, this is 1. 1 to 2 is 10, and 2 to 1. 2 to 1 is 5. So these are two different edges. They are parallel edges, and both of these parallel edges have different costs, and that is depicted in this cost matrix. Now coming to the problem. Let us see how to solve this problem. So first, what the problem tells us, we have to consider S is cardinality of S is equal to 0. That means cardinality of S means the number of vertices in S is 0. When S is 0, we have seen one formula. So this formula, when S is 0, so G of, we have to apply this form, this thing. G of I comma null, because S is 0. S is this null. So when that is the case, what you should do, you should, it is nothing, G is nothing but the cost from I to 1. It's nothing but the cost from I to 1. So let us see how to do this. G of, I hope you can see this. It is G of, um, so you have to consider all other vertices. You are not supposed to consider 1. Okay, when you should consider 1, when this S, cardinality of S becomes equal to n minus 1, then only you should consider 1. Otherwise, you should not consider this one. You should consider all other vertices. So I'll consider 2, 2 comma 5. Is equal to what it tells us. It is nothing but cost from 2 to 1 is equal to, what is the cost from 2 to 1? Cost from 2 to 1. If you look at this, 2 to 1 is 5. So this 2 to 1 is a subscript. I will write like this. Similarly, take the other vertex 3 comma 5. Equal to, it is nothing but cost from 3 to 1. Equal to, what is cost from 3 to 1? It is 6. Next vertex remaining is 4 to 1. It is 4 comma 5. Cost from 4 to 1, 4 1. I should make it a subscript. What is 4 to 1? 4 to 1 is 8. This is the first step. Is there any other vertex remaining? No. So initially we should consider 2, 3 and 4. Now, starting once again, cardinality of S, now consider it as 1. Cardinality of S is equal to 1 means what? Now the S contains two numbers or two vertices. Sorry, one vertex. Now initially it was null because S is cardinality of S is 0. Now cardinality of S is 1. It means that the set S should contain one vertex. Okay. Starting vertex can be 2, 3 or 4, but not 1. When there is only one vertex, so from 2, starting from 2, it can reach 2, it can reach 3, one option. Starting from 2, it can reach 4, other option. So because this contains from one vertex to every other vertex, there is an edge. So by looking at the diagram, you are supposed to do this. Okay, from 2 to 4 there is an edge. 2 to 4 there is an edge. See, that means sorry for that. All the combinations you are supposed to consider, not looking at the graph. So starting from 3, now I is 3, I is 3. So which vertex you can reach? You can reach 2 for the first time, and one more option is starting vertex is 3, you can reach 4 for the second time. One more option is you can start from 4. The starting set may contain one vertex is 2, because we are considering only one vertex in S because cardinality of S is 1. G of 4 comma, it can reach 3. Starting vertex is 2, it can reach either 3 or it can reach 4. If starting vertex is 3, it can reach 2 or it can reach 4. Starting vertex is 4, it can reach 2 or reach 3. All the combinations and permutations you have to do for this. Okay. In this, there should not be vertex 1. Number 1 should not, I should not be equal to 1, and even S should not contain a vertex 1. So that is, we have seen in this equation. See, when s is less than n minus 1, so until s becomes cardinality of s becomes equal to n minus 1, I should not be equal to 1, starting vertex should not be 1, s should not contain the vertex number 1. So that is the rule. And one more is this I, whatever starting vertex you have taken, that should not be in the set yes. That means if you take 2 here, you cannot take 2 once again here. So it is 2 and 3, 2 and 4. 2 comma 2 is not allowed. Now let us calculate for this. How to calculate this? So based on the formula, we have to split now. Based on this formula, we are splitting. So based on this formula. So observe this. G of I comma s. So this is I and this is yes. So what it does, we have to, since there is only one vertex here within the set s, since s contains only one vertex, the minimum function may not be used. It is not of use. So directly see the cost. The cost from I to j. I to j means uh, whatever that is there in S, each vertex is considered as a j. Okay, 2 to j, that is cost of 2 to 3. Okay, plus then j2, then g of j2 s minus j. From this s set s, you remove this j. So from this set s, if you remove the j, it becomes a null set. I hope you understand this. From this 3, if you remove this 3, because you are considering 3 here, you remove this 3, it becomes a null set. Now what the function becomes? It is g of g from 3 to null set. What is c of 2 comma 3? You will get it from the graph. 2 comma 3 is 9 plus what is g of 3 comma 5? You will get it here. 3 comma 5 is 6 plus 6 is equal to 15. Next, for this, it is c of 2 comma 4. Just 2 to 4, only one vertex is there, plus g of 4 to 5. So to c of 2 comma 4, what it is, let us see. C of 2 comma 4 is 10. 10 plus what is 4 comma 5? 4 comma 5 I have here, it is 8 is equal to 18. So next value, C of 3 to 2 plus G of starting from 2 to 5 is equal to, so what is C of 3 2? Cost of 3 comma 2. 3 comma 2 is 13. What is 2 comma 5? 2 comma 5 is 5. What is 3? What is g of 3 comma 4? So it is 3 to 4, c of 3 to 4 plus g of, start from 4 now because you have taken 4 here. Whatever you take here, from that what is, you should start, comma, if you uh, remove 4 from this set, it becomes a null set. C of 3 comma 4, c of 3 comma 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 comma 5 is 8. C of 4 comma 2 plus, so g of, start from 2 now, 5. Comma 5. What is 2 comma 5? You can see here it is 5. 2 comma 5 is 5. 8 plus 5 is equal to 30. C of 4 comma 3 plus g of 3 comma 5 is equal to, what is 4 comma 3? What is 4 comma 3? 4 comma 3 is 9. It is equal to 9 plus what is 3 comma 5? 3 comma 5 is 6 equal to 50. Okay, so these are the values for uh, when s is equal to 1. Now we should consider s is equal to 2. S is equal to 2. Whether this 2 is equal to n minus 1? No, n minus 1 is 3, isn't it? Until that you are supposed to do. So say it is less than n minus 1. So now once again, uh, now what it tells us within G. Now the set S contains two elements. Now the set S contains two elements. So start from, we should once again, we should not consider vertex number 1. We should consider 2, 3 and 4. So if you start from 2, the remaining two vertices S should contain two values, two vertices. So S possibilities are 3 and 4. If S starts from 3, what are the possibilities for S? It is 2 and 4. If I starts from 4, what is the possibility? The possibility is 2 comma 3. Yes, this is the contents of the set. Yes. So if that means what, starting vertex is 2 and the path will travel from the vertices of this set 3 and 4. Uh, So now there are two options. One path is, it can from 2 it can take the path 3. One more option is it can take the path from 2 to 4. Two options are there. Since there are more than one options, you have to now use this minimum function. So it is min of, first take this 2 3, take 2 3. So that is cost of 2 3 plus, now apply the g function recursively. Starting, we have taken 3 here, therefore start from 3. What is s minus 1? Now we have to remove this s from, remove this 3 from s. If you remove 3 from s, what is remaining? 4 is remaining. 1. Which is the other path? It can take a path from 2 to 4. Okay, that means cost from 2 to 4 plus g of, starting from 4. If you remove 4 from this set, what remains? 3 remains. Now let us see what are the values for this. What is c of 2 comma 3? C of 2 comma 3 is 9. 9 plus, what is g of 3 comma 4? This one, g of 3 comma 4, we'll get it from the previous step. G of 3 comma 4 is 20. Is 20. C of 2 comma 4. See the table. C of 2 comma 4 is 10 plus G of 4 comma 3 from the previous step. 4 comma 3 from the previous step, it is 15. It is 15. It is 15. Minimum is 10 plus 15 is minimum. That is 20. Next one. Of C of 3 comma 3 2. So from 3 to 1, one of the option is from 3 to 2. If it takes from 3 to 2, then what remains? So starting from 2, then the remaining one is 4. You have chosen 2 here, and you are starting from 2, and if you remove 2 from this set, yes, remaining is 4. Only few minutes left. I think I'll minutes extra. Please cooperate. Next one is, one more path is from 3 to 4. C 3 4 plus G of, starting from 4, what is remaining? If you remove 4, 2 is remaining. Just see the values. 3 to 2, 3 to 4. 3 to 2 is 3 to 2 is 3 to 2 is 13, 3 to 4 is 12. 13 and 12. 13 plus G24. G24 is 18. 18. This is 12. C of 3 comma 4 is 12 from the above matrix. G of 4 comma 2 is 13. minimum is 33. This is 25. 25 itself is minimum. Now C of 4 comma 2 is one option. 4 2 is one path. See, it can take from 4 to 2. From 4 to 2. 4 to 2 means next you should start from 2. If you remove 2 from the subset, from the set, yes, 3 remains. 3 remains. Next option is C from 4 to 3. C of 4 comma 3. 4 3 plus G from starting vertex is 3, and if you remove 3 from this, the remaining is 2. 4 to 2, 4 to 3. Let us see what are the values. 4 to 2 and 4 to 3. 4 to 2, 4 to 3, 8 and 9. Is G of 2 3. G of 2 3 is 15. G of 2 3 is 15 comma 9. C of 4 3 is 9. 9 plus G of 3 2. G of 3 2 is 18 plus 18, which is minimum. 15 plus 8 is 23. 18 plus 9 is 27. So 23 is minimum. Okay. Now you should take S is equal to, coordinate of S is equal to 3. You have to go on increasing the value of this S. Now S is equal to 3 means it is equal to n minus 1. When it becomes equal to n minus 1, now we should consider I as the starting vertex 1. Now we can consider 1 here. Now what it tells, S can have 3 values, 3 vertices. So if I take 1 here, which are the 3 vertices remaining in the set? It is 2, 3 and 4. Okay, there are no other options. Only this option we are supposed to do. That means there are 3 options now: 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4. Any of these values it can take. So min of first one is 1 to 2 plus G of starting from 2 comma, what is S now? If you remove 2 from this set, remaining is 3 comma 4. Second option is 1 to 3. C 1 to 3 plus G of 3 2. If you remove 3 from this, the remaining are 2 and 4 comma 4. Okay. Next option is C of 1 to 4. C from 1 to 4. The remaining are 2 and 3 plus G of starting from 4. Take 2 and 3 in the set. Yes. Now fill the values for this. Min of, what is C of 1 2? 1 2 1 3 1 4. We need 1 2 1 3 and 1 4. Let us see those values at once. 1 2 1 3 1 4. 1 1 2 1 3 1 4. 10 15 20 and 20 plus, what is G of 2 3 4? 2 3 4 we will get it from the previous step. It is 25. C of 1 3 is 15 plus, what is G of 3 2 4? 3 2 4 is here. It is 25 comma, what is C of 1 4? It is 20 from that matrix. 4 2 3. 4 2 3, it is 23. What are the values? It is min of 35 of this minimum is 35. Okay, now this is the final result. It is G of 1 to 1 to 1 through 2 or 3 or 4, any of this. So how we calculate 2 or 3 or 4? By the previous example. 2 can take 3 or 4. 3 can take 2 or 4. 4 can take the path 2 to 3. So how to calculate 3? We did this. So from the least, from bottom up approach, we solved this problem. Now we have got the result, but we have to identify which is the path. How to get the path. Last 2 to 3 minutes I'll take. So which path it takes, let us see now. So let us consider j as some the value which gives the minimum path. For example, I'll start from the last one. Started with one. You started with one, and for this you got 35. Okay, you started with one and you had three options. One is two, other one is three, other one is four. For which of this you got this 35? If you look at this, you got 35 for the first value, and first value refers to 2. Okay, so now let us write it as 2. So this is 2. Okay, that means what? The path will be from 1 to 2. Next, starting from now we have to consider starting from 2. So we see the previous one starting from 2. The previous is starting from 2. This is the uh, path. Path means this is the sub problem that we solved. 2 comma 3 4. So that is j of. For this, which is the minimum that we got? Starting from 2, either we should go to 3 or 4. So see that. So 3 to 4, you are considering this. I'll highlight this. To consider this. Now 2 to 4. You have got two values. One is 29, other one is 25. 20, you got 25. Well, how we got 25? For the second one. Second one is 4. It means 2 comma 3 4 is nothing but 4. That means from 2 you are reaching 4. Okay. Next, j of, now you start from 4. You start from 4, go to the first step. First step, starting from 4, there are two sub problems. So one is to 2, other one is to 3. From 4 to 2, it is the 2 is already chosen. The vertex 2 is already chosen. Therefore, the only remaining option is 4 to 3. Okay. So that is from 4 to 3. So once there is only one option, that is from 4 it has to reach 3. Okay, that means what? The path is from the final path, the shortest path, or the optimal path. From 1, you are reaching 2. From 2 you are reaching 4. From 4 you are reaching 3. And from 3 you have to reach back to 1. So this is the optimal path with cost 13. Fine. So this is the answer.